Hi, this is Bill Miranda, and this is my lovely and talented co-host, Nancy Angel. We're here to bring you our Valley, Santa Clarita. We have an exciting show today, and we're going to feature Nathalia Camacho. Be there. Nancy,
yes.
What are you wearing? You look gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for asking. This is a fabulous body-hugging dress that I got at Miss Sol. Miss Sol is such an amazing store. It is located on the corner of 8th Street and Main Street in downtown Newhall. And one of the reasons why I really like this store is because it comes in different sizes, from small to triple XL, and it comes from a variety of tastes that women would absolutely love. And it came with this accessory too, so don't you think it's cool?
I think it's very cool. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Miss Sol, Newhall, Main Street.
Absolutely.
Main Street in Newhall. Okay, we have an exciting show today. We're going to talk about protecting your assets. And who best to talk about protecting your assets but an expert at doing that, Nathalia Camacho. We're excited about having her on the show. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, protecting your assets.
Took a trip to Parkway in Valencia off the 5. Now they call me Han, cause my monthly payment's so low. Sprung for that Cadillac. What?
Cause YOLO.
Selection, service, satisfaction guaranteed. Who's down with PV? Yeah, you know me. No money down, it's almost a steal. They're more generous than Oprah.
You get a deal and you get a deal.
Car shopping done right makes it easy choosing. PP and Little Bro, Parkway got us cruising.
When I grow up, I want to help animals. When I grow up, I want to help animals. When I grow up, I want to help animals.
Every parent knows the feeling. You look away, and your child is gone. Imagine if he or she were actually abducted. Sign up at wirelessamberalerts.org to get free Amber Alert text messages on your cell phone. If you did help an abducted child get home, just imagine what his parents would be feeling. Wireless Amber Alerts. A child is calling for help.
Every trip, every time.
California, here I
Buckle up so you and your friends get home safely.
I must scream into the world from the top of some place very high.
Seatbelts save lives.
Okay.
Visit NHTSA.gov.
Low and slow. Best friend, what are you going to do?
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
That is spectacular advice.
Welcome back to our Valley, Santa Clarita. Joining me today is my lovely and talented co-host, Bill Miranda. But before we get into the topic of discussion, let me ask you this, Bill. I'm young, right?
You're very young.
I'm very young compared to most people. And I'm not rich,
Not rich.
but you're kind of old. Kind of. I said kind of. Kind of older. And you're like a millionaire, right?
I don't think so. But okay.
Okay. So how do you protect your assets?
Good question.
Very good question.
So I think if you start with the age of being young, you think, well, I don't have any assets, nothing to protect. I don't need any protection. I don't need any insurance. That's wrong. Because what's your biggest asset?
Well, the only thing that I can say that I own and I'm very proud of is my car. Because I don't own a house yet, but I do own my car.
You own your car.
I do.
So what happens, you're driving your car. I know you go to Turlock a lot, which is 250 miles away, and you leave here in the evening, and so you're driving at night.
Yeah.
What happens if a big Mack truck comes and bam, hits your car?
Well, first of all, I hope that I'm okay and I don't have to go to the hospital and stuff like that. So once I'm good, I have to make sure that my car has insurance, because what am I going to do?
You have to be insured.
Absolutely.
Why? Because otherwise you lose your asset.
Yes.
You don't want to do that. You need a car. So you have to protect it. So protect your car, protect your asset. So in the next segment, when we bring the expert, Nathalia Camacho, she's going to tell you exactly what parts of the car you have to protect and why and how. right?
I thought it was just you go to the insurance place, you get something that's pretty cheap and pretty affordable, and that's pretty much it, right? Or is there so much more to it?
You need to talk to Dr. Camacho. But, so what happens if that same Mack truck is delivering on my street and bam, drives into my biggest asset, which is
Tu casa.
my casa,
Right.
my house. What happens if that Mack truck hits my house? I need to protect my assets. That's my biggest asset. So I have to say, protect it. And so I call Nathalia, and Nathalia says, well, you got to protect this, this, and that. We're novices. We don't understand protecting. We think in terms of, well, you know, cheapest, fastest. No. Cheapest and fastest is not always the most effective, is not always the best, does not always give us the coverage we need.
Absolutely.
Okay,
And,
so go ahead.
and you don't know until that accident actually happens to you. So, for example, if I were to get a really cheap insurance because it's the only thing that I can afford, and if I get in a car accident and then I call the insurance place, then that's when I realize that it only covers a little bit, and then, you know, I'm kind of screwed, you know, because I have to pay a lot out of pocket, and like I said, I'm not rich.
Well, you're getting
know,
rich. You're getting
Little by little.
So here's something else. So now you're protecting your car. Now I'm protecting my house. But we have something else. We have a business,
We do.
all right? So there's such a thing as protecting your business. You get up every morning, a lot of business people, you get up every morning, you do everything you have to do to build your business, and then bam, that Mack truck comes and runs into your business. So you have to have the right protection for your business. That Mack truck doesn't necessarily have to be a big Mack truck. We could be talking about a figurative Mack truck. Someone comes into your store, slips and falls, and sues you. Whoa, that's like a Mack truck, isn't it?
Right. It's just amazing because I thought, you know, you only need insurance in your car. Like, that's pretty much it. But there's just so much more to it. There's getting insurance for your house. There's getting insurance for your business. There's getting insurance, you know, in case, there's a flooding and then, you know, your house is destroyed or something like that. Because I know that there's so much to it. And it's just kind of intricate, if you ask me.
Yes, absolutely. But you know, we're talking about protecting your car. We're talking about protecting your house. We're talking about protecting your business, but we're forgetting the biggest thing of all.
Which is?
The most important asset of all, your life.
I knew you were going to say that.
So what happens if you have a family, responsibilities, and something happens to you? You have to have protection.
How is your family going to be protected, you know?
They have
in
to be
case of
protected.
an event that something happens to you.
So protecting your assets is not just about protecting your car. It's not just about protecting your house. It's not just about protecting your business, but it's also about protecting your life. Like I said before, this big picture of protecting your assets is so important because if you don't protect them, they go away. You spend a lifetime building assets, and in a short period of time, they could all go away if you don't protect them properly. Let me ask you a question.
Oh, I love it when you ask me questions. Shoot.
Besides your car, what other assets would you want to protect?
If I ever were to purchase a house, I know that I would have to get insurance for it. So
That's right.
definitely. And once I get older and start making as much money as you're making right now, I would like to get life insurance because I want to make sure that my family's taken care of in the
Okay.
event if something happens to me.
That's good. But let me ask you a question. What happens, you live in an apartment.
Yes.
What happens if someone breaks into the apartment and burglarizes and steals your assets?
You want to know what the first thing I would do? I would call my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I don't know.
But did you know there's such a thing as renter's insurance?
No, I didn't know that.
There you go. There's such a thing as renter's insurance, which allows renters to protect their assets also. So it's not just auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance, life insurance, but it's also renter's insurance to protect your assets, okay? But I'm acting like an expert. I'm not the expert. Right after this break, we're going to bring the expert, Nathalia Camacho.
You promised me the world. Is this what you had in mind?
Every choice we make has a consequence. Help EarthShare and its members restore balance to the world. Visit earthshare.org and see what you can do. EarthShare, one environment, one simple way to care for it.
Horseradish. Is that for horses? Remember me, Mr. Lobster? From last Tuesday?
Banana. 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 Here comes the rain. We need a hat. And why do we need a hat? That's right.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org.
Mrs. Johnson, good to see you again. This is Mike. You can trust him. He looks just like you.
I'll be sucking up to you in order to make you sign the loan.
So, here are your low monthly payments and interest rate as we promised. Here's where they triple. The rest of this is really just here so that we get your house when you can't pay us back.
Such a lovely house.
Predatory lenders are never this easy to spot. Call us and protect yourself with the facts.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Where have you been?
I lost my cat.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, so I made this cat magnet to try and get him back.
Cool. Does it work?
Kinda.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's not my cat. Gotta keep working on it. See ya.
See ya.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your own inventions or just play some games at inventnow.org.
Welcome back. This is Bill Miranda, and our show is Our Valley Santa Clarita. We were talking about protecting your assets in the first segment, and now we have the expert, our trusted advisor from Allstate, Nathalia Camacho. Welcome.
Thanks for having me here today.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Nathalia, you come to the United States from Colombia in South America.
That's right.
Could you tell us a little bit about your journey?
Well, I came here when I was 4. My mom immigrated a year before, and then I was able to come here with a visa. And so I've been here mostly all my life, and you know, it's a great country. I go back and visit. I have all my cousins, aunts back home, and I absolutely love it. The food is delicious. I still cook Colombian food at home, so I'm really proud of where my heritage is from.
Excellent. And when you go visit your relatives in Colombia, you go to Cali, correct?
Cali, yes.
Cali. Now, Cali versus Bogota, what are the differences?
Bogota's like a capital. Cali is like a valley. It's like a Santa Clarita Valley. It's a valley, and it's considered one of the top places for salsa. It's one where salsa was created, where salsa came from, Puerto Rico, and everybody else was involved. But Cali is considered really hits of salsa in South America.
Like salsa dancing, right? Not like the salsa that you
No.
eat, but the salsa that's
Salsa
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, salsa dancing.
Terrific. Terrific. So you came to this country, you came to San Fernando Valley?
Actually, I grew up in South Central LA, so not the best part of town, but hey, I made it out.
All right, so you're the American dream. You made it out, you made a success of yourself, and now you have the Allstate agency, or one of the Allstate agencies here in Santa Clarita.
That's correct. My doors just opened, and it's been a great journey. I have 14 years insurance experience, so I've been in the industry quite a while. I've managed certain agencies, and now I'm going out on my own and doing my own office.
So you're expert. I like to say, Dr. Camacho, you're the expert. I was trying to school Nancy in the first segment on insurance. She's very difficult to school.
He likes to school me all the time.
I don't believe that.
She's not an easy learner. However, was I right with most of what I said, or do I need some correcting?
You did. The renter's insurance, a lot of people don't think about that. That's one of the main things that we try to push, because not everybody's able to own a home. But you know, what the landlord does not tell you, they don't protect your things. And a fire catches, someone burglarizes your home, you're responsible for your own assets. we'll take it to something that someone slips and falls. If you're renting that apartment, it's your responsibility. So the renter's policy comes with a minimum of $100,000 liability to protect you as well.
So the landlord is not responsible if someone slips and falls and you're...
Well, it depends. Like, let's say Nancy's washing her floor and she left her floor wet. Then her friend Amber comes over and slips and falls. That was Nancy's negligence of leaving the floor wet. So this is something falling on Nancy. But let's say the landlord didn't fix something, and out of that arises a liability. That falls on the landlord.
Right, right. So basically, if I did the screw up, it's on me. But if the landlord did the screw up, it's on her. So she needs to protect my asset.
Or like Bill was saying, you're young, so you have people over and you like to have drinks once in a while. Let's say your friend has too much to drink and you let him drive. He gets in a car accident, he could turn out and sue you for your liability because it was your responsibility to keep him at home.
Oh, wow.
That's so key because most of us think we're protected all the time. We don't realize that we need to have liability insurance.
Right.
Things happen.
And not only that, we kind of take it for granted because we don't think that things of that extreme is going to happen to us, so we feel that there's no need for us to get insurance. But when it happens to us, we're like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
And it's so inexpensive. A renter's policy could be $11, or sometimes if you bundle
$11?
a month.
Wow, that's
And
nothing.
That's nothing. And if you actually bundle it with your auto, you get an auto discount, so it's really like paying only $4 a month more for the renters. So it's really inexpensive, and it's really, I suggest everybody that rents should at least have a renter's policy.
Okay, so starting with the very youngest of us, that would be you.
Yeah.
Renter's insurance is key, is necessary.
Renters and also life insurance. Because a lot of young people think that I'm young, I don't have kids, what's the use of having life insurance? But the smart thing to do is you could lock in your rate. Versus auto insurance, your rates go down the older you get, life insurance goes up. So you could get into an investment plan in your life insurance and it starts accumulating cash value, but your rate's never going to change because you locked it in versus waiting for it. So you could get a life insurance at her age, about $20, $25 a month. That's like $1 a day. Just to go out and eat for a week.
So the older you get, the more you're going to have to pay to get life insurance.
Right, because the more likely you are dying because you're older.
Right.
So.
But not me.
Not you.
Okay.
You're ageless.
Yeah, ageless. But that's a good point. Because if you get life insurance in your 20s, you're going to pay, as you say, relatively nothing for life insurance. But you still have that life insurance when you're in your 40s and 50s, when you have a family, when you have responsibilities, and you're still paying that very low rate.
Correct.
Oh, I love that.
So it's an advantage, especially to young people. I think it's one of the best things to do. There's different life policies. There's ones that accumulate cash value. You could put more money in there, and then eventually you could cash out the money that you earn in there as well. So there's a whole mass of life policies that you could go ahead and decide from.
That's a very good thing that you just mentioned right there about cash value, because a lot of people go with the cheapest insurance.
Correct.
So term insurance arguably is the cheaper of the two.
Yes, it's the least expensive. I mean, if you don't, versus not having anything to having something, at least the term insurance is recommended. But when you're young, you're always recommended to get a UL policy. It's just not that much of a difference. Now, when you're older, like 50, 60, and you're barely thinking about life insurance, then, of course, a term policy is going to be best suitable for you.
Yeah, but when you're young, you can start accumulating assets, and that insurance policy that you pay for every month becomes an asset.
Correct.
As opposed to just another bill you have to pay. Isn't this cool?
It is cool. So my question to you is, what do you feel is one of the mistakes that people make when trying to get insurance or trying to get educated?
And we're gonna hold that answer because we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, Nathalia answers Nancy's question. Stay here.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Have you been a dad today?
Welcome back to our Valley, Santa Clarita. Now, before the break, I asked you a very important question. So the question that I asked you was, what is the number one mistakes that people do when trying to get insurance? You know, is it the fact that they try to get the cheapest one and they're not very knowledgeable of what is it that they get? So what mistakes have you seen when people are trying to get insurance?
A lot of it is price-generated budget, and especially in the Latino community, everybody is like, the myth of being an Allstate agent is that you're more expensive, but it's really truly not. I mean, there's brokers out there charging broker fees and everything just to get you insurance. But then again, we go to the online shoppers. You're putting, I mean, unless you know what insurance coverages you should obtain in your policy, you're telling it what you want. You know, the state only requires you to have $15,000 per person, $30,000 per accident, $5,000 property damage. Everybody's usually driving a newer vehicle. If you hit someone and it's over $5,000, they could come after you. They could come after your wages. They could come after everything that you have just to pay off that car, especially if it's finance. The finance company will come after you too.
Wow.
That's a good point, because most people think, let me get the cheapest insurance possible. They don't realize, I drive a BMW. All right, sue me.
You had to put that in there.
If someone hits my car, 10,000 is not going to do it.
Right. Exactly.
It's just not. They're going to need protection because I'm going to want a new car.
Correct. And if they don't have the coverage, you're going to go after them and make sure someone's going to get you a new car, right?
Right. The other thing with liability, and as you mentioned before, liability insurance is not very expensive. People want to do the minimum liability. Are you kidding me? You need more liability. What happens if you're in a 2 or 3 car accident? What happens if you, heaven forbid, hit someone?
Correct. As a trusted advisor, when you come to my agency, we look at your assets. We look if you're a homeowner, we look if you rent, what's in your lifestyle. The minimum coverages that we offer a person is $25,000 per person, $50,000 per accident, and $100,000 property damage. That'll be someone like Nancy, doesn't own a property, but you're still protected. You're still getting 3 times more than what the state value is, and it's really inexpensive. Another thing that a lot of people leave out is uninsured motorists. That's an extra protection you could get on your policy. Covers in case someone hits you and they don't have insurance. Why not cover yourself if you're covering the third party? And a lot of agents, even Allstate, some Allstate agents make you sign a waiver so you don't pay $5 more. That $5 is a lot in case something does happen with an uninsured motorist.
I want you to elaborate on something that you kind of briefly touched on. You said that, you know, a huge misconception that people have with Allstate is that it's more expensive than all the other insurance. Is this true? Is this not true?
It's really misconception. It's like, you know, a branded name and everybody thinks it's more expensive, but I ran into it, and especially with the Hispanic community, just give me an opportunity. If it's a clean driving record, obviously we're designated for a preferred clientele, people that have clean driving record. If you have tickets, accidents, or DUI, we might not be the best fit for you. But there's been instances, I just insured someone over the phone. He was with an insurance company, he was paying $140 a month, and ours was $89. So it's a big difference.
That's a big savings.
It's a big savings. It was $50. And half of my customers I insure over the phone. They don't come into the office. We do everything via online signatures, and everything's issued, and they don't have to come into the office.
And what I like about Allstate is that, and forgive me, but I'm in good hands with Allstate.
You are.
All right.
And you have a trusted advisor, too.
And I have a trusted advisor, too. All right, so if something happens, and we all want to buy insurance thinking nothing's going to happen, but if something happens, we need to make that phone call. And when we make that phone call, we want service on the other end. That's what you provide.
That's what we provide. If something does happen, we could walk you through the claims. You could come into the office. We'll assist you putting in your claim. If it's after hours, Allstate has a 24/7 claims hours for you to call in, and someone will go ahead and walk you through the system. So it's completely different than buying something online. Buying something online, you don't have someone that's advising you what you should purchase. In case you do have a claim, you call in a call center. No one's going to assist you. You don't build a reputation with one person. So it's you know, everybody has a different niche. So it's a little different.
So let me ask you this. how does Allstate differentiate from all the other insurance agencies out there? What makes it stand out?
What makes us stand out is we're one of the first, not the first insurance company out there, but one that's really involved in the community. We do a lot of events with the community, we support communities, we sponsor different programs in the community, and I've been through different insurance companies in my life, and you know, like as part of being Colombia, is when you represent Allstate, you're really proud of representing the brand too.
Right.
It's a great brand. We have claim satisfaction guaranteed. We also have drive-up claims in a lot of shop centers that you could just drive up and there's someone assigned to Allstate that they'll take care of you in the claims department. So we have a lot of perks.
And you're super bilingual.
Yes, I'm bilingual.
Everybody in your office is bilingual.
Everybody in the office is bilingual, so we too tend to handle everybody that comes in. We try to be as courteous as can. I mean, I had a lady that I helped her for 2 weeks to try to get a policy approved because she had a claim on her condo a few years ago, and she supported me with all the documents, and she says, you know what, anybody else wouldn't even cared. So we take customer service greatly.
Thank you, Nathalia. Thank you so much for being with us. Remember, you're in good hands with your trusted advisor, Nathalia Camacho, Allstate Insurance. When we come back, we're going to close the show.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww, you should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
For you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back. Wow, what a show we had today. Inspiring, educating,
Absolutely.
And motivating.
I do have to tell you that for a second, I really did not feel like I was in a TV set. I feel like I was really being educated about my future, and I definitely have a lot of thinking to do as far as what type of insurance I need to get besides my vehicle, of course.
Yeah, so it's very easy to think in terms of all I need is to insure my car and get minimum insurance. No, it's a lot more than that. You need renter's insurance, you need liability insurance, you need auto insurance, but you need auto insurance that's really gonna protect you if your asset is in danger. Remember, the theme of the show, protecting your assets. We wanna protect every one of your assets. And the cost of protecting them, if you do it right, if you do it with a trusted advisor from Allstate,
you're in good hands. You're in good hands.
You're in good hands. Now, next week.
Oh, wow.
Another great show. We're going to talk about owning your home and what it takes to own your home. We're going to have Joe Fernandez from Alterra Home Loans here as a guest.
We're also going to be having Claudia Echeverria from New Hall Escrow, and it's going to be such an amazing show because we're definitely going to see what it entails when it comes to purchasing a home, because it's not just, oh, I like this house, let me buy it, that's it. There's just so much to it.
There is a lot to it, and we're going to find out all about it next week. Remember, tune in next week. Joe Fernandez, Claudia Echeverria.
There you go, you said it good.
I said it good. Now, tell everybody where to find us.
Please follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter. We also have an Instagram account, like us as well. And visit ourvalleysantaclarita.com as well.
Where mi casa es
Su casa.